Hello, folks. Good evening. Hey, Shiden. Hey, Derman. What up? How's Trix? Trying to calm down and relax for a too long week. Oof. Not a chill day. All you have to do is fight Eldritch Horrors. It's fine. Fighting Eldritch Horrors is the chillest thing to do. There's nothing more chill than fighting Eldritch Horrors. It's like therapeutic. Fact. Scientific fact. It hasn't been a long week. It's been a long week. It's been a tiring week as well. I am exhausted, actually. I'm not entirely sure why. Well, it's been busy, but I'm tireder than usual. I haven't been, but today has just been quite a tiring day, I think. I think they may be preferable to human nature. Yes, probably. Oh, right, let's get a move on, because we've got to finish this game off tonight. One way or another, this game is over tonight. So I'm going to get us started. I'm going to get us started before things get too hectic, because we got to go. We got to finish. I think there's only 4 chapters left. I think it's literally just Peter, Edward, Michael, and Alex. Yes, please. Let us carry on.
The darkness comes.
Yes. It is time. Also, it is the 5th of November tonight. Remember the 5th of November. I forgot that this was the 5th of November. So you might hear fireworks in the background. I do apologize. I completely forgot that tonight is firework night. Not only is it 5th of November, it's also Friday, so it's also prime firework nights as well. Tomorrow's going to be rough as well. Tomorrow's also going to be bad, because the Saturday is also firework night. A lot of fireworks this time of year. What's the plan for tomorrow? I haven't quite figured out that out yet. I'm not entirely sure. Right, so last time we finished Bianchi's stuff, which was the Pillar of Bone, and we got the blue effigy, the sapphire effigy. So that's 2 effigies down, just Edwards to go. Right now, we got the War to End All Walls. There we go. So we have that already because we got that one from the painting.
The War to End All Wars redefined how mankind looked at war and the value of human life. Over 19,000 men.
Is something being celebrated today? Today is I think today's Diwali as well, isn't it? I think Diwali's today. That's one thing. Is today the end of Diwali?
Slaughter from many journalists who spent time in the trenches. But I found
today is
certain Peter Jacob.
Today, Diwali was yesterday, so this is still the tail end of Diwali. It's also the 5th of November, which is the gunpowder plot. Guy Fawkes and the gunpowder plot. When a man called Guido Fawkes tried to blow up Parliament.
And the distant echoes of pounding artillery.
So like we are, yeah, the Guy Fawkes thing.
Jacob researched his latest story from the front lines.
The Guy Fawkes thing. Yesterday was Diwali, and Diwali is like a multiple-day celebration, so there's also fireworks because of that. Early November tends to be very full of fireworks.
I find no solace.
Am I British?
All the senseless
Maybe. I might be.
Young men die at a rate unheard of in centuries.
Right, Peter. No, we've done this before, Peter. All we care about is seeing Xelothath bits. If we've seen this before, we've seen this before. I'm trying to remember what I have to do with you. No, I know what I need to do with you. We need to talk to everybody here. Then you get somebody's orders. Who's got orders? Are these the orders? Yeah, we get the orders, the seal envelope with orders, which we check, open the envelope, read the orders. We have that. We can give that to the soldier out the front. Then there's soldiers. Ooh, there's a bit of piece of paper we can pick up there. Hey, Bosk. Water. Can you pick that up? Okay, we can't pick it up while you're there. Fair enough. That's the 7-point spell. There's someone over there. Yeah, so we gotta basically rush back. You're already tired, Peter. This does not bode well for you. Oh my god, Peter. You're a young man. Be more virile. You okay? You gonna be alright? Good. Because all we're doing is running right now. Hi, buddy. I've got orders for you. The guard unfolds and explains the orders. Bloody hell, lad. We must be on the offensive. Following the orders, he takes leave of his post. Bloody hell, lad. Bloody hell. And we go around in here. We pick up the gun. Yes, pick the gun up. And then the shell comes in. And all hell breaks loose. Quite literally. Right. We have one more to pick this up, I think. We'll do the statues checks on the last on Michael's one. It's like Michael's one. You can see all the statues at once. Right. Gun out. That's healing. I don't need the healing. Oh, yeah, this is bad. This is actually very bad. Oh dear. Spell list. Spell attack. Damn it. Okay, I can get out. Good. Because we need to go somewhere where there's weapons, because there's no weapon for us, and you can't shoot. You can't shoot, bone thieves. Felonies means shooting eldritch abominations with a gun, yes. Okay. Hello? Have we found something else that crashes the game? We may have found something else that crashes the game. Wow. Okay, sure, fine. Have it your way, game. Have it your way. Note to self, do not cast magic attack on a
Deep into that darkness peering.
On a bone thief that's currently in your face. Come on. Needs more DACA. Revolver not good enough. You can't shoot bone thieves, I don't think. Bone thieves are unshootable. You have to whack them in melee. Ideally, you have to knock their heads off, but Zolotath bone thieves don't have heads. Right.
The war to end all wars redefined how mankind...
The war to end all wars didn't end all wars. Unfortunately. Right, okay. Let's pick this up. All the way up and all the way down, Peter. Come on. We have our little flash, which you might have to make use of. Got the orders. Good. Let's head back and give them to the soldier. I don't believe we can pick anything else up at the moment, so... I don't think there's anything optional in this chapter either. Right. Yeah, you can take that. Bloody hell, lad. Grab the pistol. Right, now we buy, then we, oh yeah, then this happens. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be clever about it and actually start casting spells. cast shield spells, cast magical bull. I believe this is magical pull. Yep, it is. Where is our shield spell, by the way? Top. And their enchant is currently on the left-hand side. That can't be right. Enchant item, assign. There you go. Start. Good. We can at least avoid some of the sanity hits. Good. It'd be a good time. Wouldn't it be funny if a random crash stopped me from having fun and possibly corrupted my save files? Thankfully, it won't corrupt my save files, but it's still annoying. Oh, of course they are. I love it. It hasn't got a head, but it can still be blinded by flash. Don't ask questions, Nemo. Just go for it. Right. There's the rifle, which we will be making good use of eventually. Grab that. Let's head down here. Then there's the 2 rooms over here. Room number 1 has 8mm revolver. For a French revolver. And some 303 for the Enfield. Anything over here? No. My sanity's maxed. Stop knocking on the door. Ooh, ammo over there. Ammo over here. Open that up. To one side, here we go. There's trappers over there as well. Turn the wheel. Go over here. Go into the fuse box. In the fuse box, we jam the lucky penny in. Turn the lights on. There we go, lights on. Pistol out because we got trappers to deal with. Whoop. I think I fired a bullet there. Give me purple, give me purple. Give me purple, I need purple. Telefrag. Bye, buddy. Okay, I think there's nothing else over here. Right. Let's head back up. Actually, hop it down real quick. Too bad you're not rewarded with gore shower like in UT. Yeah. And that's a shield time. Right. Let's go up. Right, that blows up. Get the door handle up. Right, thank you. And Let's go over here. Thanks. Avoid me, avoid you. Everything okay? No. Lost all my sanity. They're so heavy on the sanity hits. It's actually quite impressive how strong they are on sanity hits. Right, can you get... Yeah, give me the torch. Because if I get the torch... They're all vulnerable to the torch. Aha! They're all vulnerable to the torch. We got everything? Yeah, they're all gone.
This can't be happening! This can't be happening!
That one did grab me. Okay, right. Let's armor up his shield up again. I've yet to find the melee weapon. I've yet to find a melee weapon. Which is unfortunate and inconvenient. I found a melee weapon. My troubles are all solved. Right. We've got a melee weapon. Enchant that so things go quicker. Where are you? That's what I thought. I have to cast Magic Pool again, don't I? Yes. Magical Pool. 5-point shield. Good. This sword works wonders. Again, the fact that they have little health is very beneficial to me. Oh, excuse me, hi. Whoop. Thank you. Now if I go back this way, what can we encounter? Go back up here. Is there much to, I don't think there's much to find up here. Oh, is there much to get up here? Up here, up here, up here. There's nothing here. There's actually no reason to come up here. Ooh, there's the letter, I suppose. The second letter. Which tracks Private Hamilton's suspicions that this is an evil place. I mean, the only reason this hospital exists is to feed the Guardian. Well, this structure exists to hold the Guardian, and this structure was turned into hospitals to feed the Guardian. I get the feeling we missed something in here. Did we miss something in here? Or is it just the revolver? It might just have been a revolver. Alright, okay. Now, we need to find the 7-point power star. Because without that, you're going to have troubles. This is clear. We've done this place out. Yeah. Up here, I think we're cleared that out as well. I don't think this is actually a door. This isn't a door this time, so. Yeah, done. We're going down to the basement again? I need my 7-point star. My 7-point circle of power. These are all normal barrels now. There's no hidden door here anymore. This is what happens when you take like a no, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I remember what we're doing now. Never mind. There's the trap. There's the trapper hole. Right. Summon spell list. Summon trapper. A summon trapper spell. Hey, buddy. Can you please teleport that corpse away? Thank you. There's our 7-point circle. Nice. The 7-point circle. We now cast 7-point spells, which we need to do so. Which actually I should be doing this now. New spell. Summon area. Spell list. So assign 7-point there, down there. New spell. Self. Protect. Paragon. The shield spell list. Shield spell. Assign 7-point Mantorok up top. Good. I'm gonna cast 7-point magical pool. And basically have no worries about stats for the rest of the game. Right. Need a 7-point reveal invisible. Reveal invisible is... Which is reveal invisible? Something area. Nakarath. Absorb area. Spell list. Reveal invisible. Cast 7-point Chaturga. Gives us the door. And using the door handle we found earlier, we go through the door. Ammo here. Ammo here. Ammo here. Not there yet. That's a good question. Hang on. Right, set it back to the sword. Good. Get the shield up. Actually, walking around with torch out isn't bad in this run because of all the Zealotath zombies. Anything over here? No, we golden. Whenever there's a Zelatath zombie, it just burns. Zelatath horror on the other end, not quite. Oh no, there's still a couple zombies. Right. Good. Take the time to recast. Can you enchant? Good question. Can I enchant the torch? I don't know. No, this item cannot be enchanted. It's a straightforward answer to your question. No. And that's all there. That's all that. What's this way? A trapper. I want the purple. Give me the purple. No. Purple, 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 purple. Thank you. Telefrag. We got one gib there. There's the body we just we teleported away with the trapper. It's a nice touch that body is actually still there. Gun time. There's only one. Okay, you're gonna get another letter. You torch up. Nothing over there? Nope. Push in. Trap her down. Got you. There's the key to the binding hole. Let's whack you. This Peter Jacob is being very matter-of-fact about everything right now. Usually all the characters are a bit like a little bit scared, and this Peter's like, nope, nope, we're not messing around now. We're not messing around today. We're just going and getting stuff done. Peter Jacob's like, I fought 2 Guardians before. I'm not messing around. Back over here. We came in through that door. We just got the key to that place, I think. So what's over here? Yes, I just got trapped again. For all his nonchalance, Peter's getting trapped an awful lot. Give me purple. Purple? Thank you. Oh, interesting. They fought each other there. There's a Mantorok zombie. The Mantorok zombie managed to trigger the defense of the... Mantorok zombie managed to trigger the defense of the Ulio zombie. That's interesting. They overreact a lot. Oh yeah, we need that, don't we? We're gonna need that for our magic. Magical elixir. We're also gonna prepare the spell now. Spell list. New spell. 7-pointer. Chaturga. Project. Area? Spell 9, which is magical attack, yeah. Which we will keep on hand for later on. See if we can get our 3-shot against the Zelatath Guardian as well. we can get our timing correct for a 3-shot. Right, we got that one, we got that one. We can binding key here. We still got time because when it's only after here, I think. So this is where we get magical attack. I think this is where shenanigans can start happening. So save here. Spell list, magical attack, assign Chaturga, put that on the Y. We good? We are recasting spells. We're going to be recasting spells. Recasting spells, moving around a bit to get some mana back. Recasting the shield spell and probably saving again because I should have waited until afterwards. Good. Okay, shield's been recast. Let's get our mana back, so we're ready to cast magical energy should we require it. I am 99% sure that that door isn't the door I need to do. That's not the door to the boss. But I'm still gonna wait. Which is probably a massive mistake. I think they've done this before. I'm fairly certain I've done this before. You know what? I'm gonna actually go with my gut instinct here. I'm gonna trust my gut instinct that that is not the door until to the boss fight. It's not. This is the boss. This is the door to the boss fight. Right, wait until max mana. So you can get as many. So you can basically mitigate the castings. It's not actually. It's a good point. If the Zeltath Guardian summons zombies, the torch is actually the best weapon to have against them. Right, boss fight time. Peter. Didn't even use the gun, did I? Didn't have to. Zeltath zombies are so weak to fire. There it is, the claw of Chaturga. We need that. I do love the design of the Zeltath Guardian, actually. Right. What do you do? Damn it, okay, no. You gotta miss. The second you miss, we cast. That's one. We might just... Yeah, you're summoning skeletons now. Which, as we know before, if we kill the skeletons, you stop charging. So we gotta figure out a way to get you to... You bypass this stage quickly. Okay, you're already absorbing. Damn. I'm gonna pull them as close as possible to this, as close as I can to this side. Will you absorb again? I wonder if you'll absorb again. I don't think you will. Yeah, fine. What that does is it gives me time to do this while they're on the ground burning. I can recast my shield. And prepare for the attack. Damn, it's too early. It was pretty close, but it was too early. Let's charge up a bit here. A little bit later. I think a little bit later because one of the beams did go in the correct direction. Damn it! No, okay. That was good. That was actually good. I didn't do that. I need to cast magic pool actually. How much magic have I got? I'm gonna cast magical pool and immediately pop a potion. The second I can. That might not be the case, depending on how it happens here. Yeah, you can start casting the spell. I want to wait until the spell's done casting and you've started doing that. What the hell? Damn it. Didn't quite work out as planned. I'll give it time. That first cast went off in the wrong way. Can you get enough? Well, we're just chilling right now. Oh my god. I never get the timing for this one right. Paul, can you please? I need you to have magical pool. That's kind of important. It took a while for it to start charging, actually. But really? Thank you. Let's get some charging back again. Alright, so I'm gonna be... Man, I need to cast that... I'm gonna cast that shield spell as soon as I can. Then I will pop another potion. Then then I'm gonna basically have to wait. Here. Then I have to run. I'm gonna have to dash around. 2, 3. She's gonna be easier this way. Alright, move over here. Bad. That did not work well. I can't do that without a shield because they keep bashing. They'll hit me. If I didn't have a shield, that would have worked fine. But if I had a shield, that would have worked fine. So I need to do that with a shield. Yeah, because we got magical pool and they're not really a threat. And you've got time. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna take this a little bit slower. I could probably... Yeah, I'm doing this side, because if I stay on this side, I think it'll work out better for me. Because they'll come over here. Damn it, nope, this didn't work out. Need to be faster than that. I don't move, I just have to go there. I just have to basically... I'm gonna have to recast my shield as well, damn it. Recast shield. When I get it. Fireworks. Recast the shield. Pop the potion. Okay, got the shield. Yeah, that worked. That's 2. The last one, it's all about getting the timing right here. Because she doesn't spend a lot of time charging. It doesn't spend a lot of time charging today. Now time it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just shy. I'm gonna recast that there. But I'm gonna see if I can do here. 4, 5, 6. Damn it. Last one. Okay, do your thing again. I think you just... I'm trying to read the damn tell. No! I moved! Damn it, I moved. That's not good. I hadn't let go of the stick entirely. Well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's... Nope. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of charging time now. Yeah, it's 8. Okay. Right, just keep moving up and down then. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excuse me? That was 9. Excuse, what rules are you following now? Oh, it's gonna take a long time to recharge the magic now. Do you get angry if I shoot you? Yeah, you do.
Are you trying to fight me or entertain me, little one?
Yeah. That doesn't do anything. It needs to be magic. What am I looking at here? It's when the arms go down. I haven't got the magic for this now. No all day at the office. Hey, Alderain. Interesting. That thing's gone now. Hey, Kanekun. Whoa. Ouch. I can't count the beam. I can't count the attacks because your attacks are. I was gonna watch for the tell. Sure, this is mostly out of hubris, right? If I'd been less, if I was less arrogant, I would use only a 3-point or a 5-point spell to attack. Because I'm massively arrogant. That's not happening. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Gotcha. Arrogance. All I have to do is watch for the tell. That's literally what you have to do, is watch for the tell. Watch the arms. If the arms go down rather than up, like after the attack, you can just go straight. You got time to cast it. You just have to be very quick, because I think the window is very short. Anyway, Chetan Suchiturga, please. More fireworks. A nice amount of years later.
And that was how I came by it. I know it sounds crazy, but there you have it. The only proof I have is that statue.
It's a strange one. I've seen one like it before.
You have?
Yes. Very rare, though. Very obscure.
I've had experts take a look at it, and none of them know what it is. And you do.
I'm somewhat of an expert on these things myself. An interest I developed a long time ago while I was a young man.
Then
Wow.
you should keep
Lewd
it.
there, Edward.
Lord knows I have no interest in it. I am sure it's the cause of my sleeplessness. I keep thinking about it, as if it's calling out to me.
Then a drink, perhaps.
That drink is
For the
amazing.
gift. For an unusual objet d'art.
That is an amazing drink. It's a disc of ice floating on nothing. Chapter complete. And now we know what we're doing. Having stopped reading, Alex discovers a small penny taped to the back of Peter's chapter page. Lucky penny time. We take them the sanity hit. But we go straight up to the next.
Help me! Please help me!
Yes, I remember. I remember you. I spent ages waiting for this. I have to talk to you first.
Can't get the blood out!
Because if I do that, you drop the basement key. Woohoo! Right, basement time. Oh yeah. Actually, I have to use the basement key. Come downstairs. Let's talk about Edward's port, one of his many eccentricities. His taste for port went hand in hand with his appetite for knowledge. No doubt his quests were fueled by this little cache. The pickaxe isn't there yet, apparently. Good, the magical shotgun. The 38 revolver ammo. More shotgun. More shotgun. Jam the lucky penny in the fuse. Trip the breaker. Light in the bathroom goes on. And if in doubt, shotgun. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. If in doubt, definitely shotgun. Let's just recast that as a tier 7 spell now. Good. We'll precast it. Right. Oh, fireworks. I know, I'm sorry I forgot the day. It is remember the 5th of November, I just kind of forgot about it. Open the cabinet, please. The Legacy of Darkness.
You are not free to leave this plane until you complete a task for me. You are to hunt and kill the master of this house. Do this one thing, and you will be free. Else fear the wrath of Zelator.
It rhymes, kind of. The Wrath of Zelotath. It is Folks' Day, indeed.
Everything is complete for your arrival, Master. Now we must wait for the planets to align, and that is not too many years from now. Another Roivus has crossed our path. This time, we will not be so merciful.
Mercy has no place in this world. It has only a place for me.
He will meet such a horrible death that the rest of the line will never set foot in his house again.
Pray to me that they don't. Pray to me anyway.
I do like Zelotath. But yeah, that goes to prove that getting Maximilian Roivus committed was their work. They got Maximilian Roivus committed. Zelotath is awesome.
My education in psychiatry did not prepare me. I would love to see how Freud's view of his mother would change with the knowledge of Chaturga. How Skinner would incorporate Zelotath into his behaviorist theories. How Jung would accommodate Ulioth into his theory of the collective unconscious. Like my ancestor Maximilian, I too had an interest in my family tree. As a psychiatrist, I believe that science could provide answers into my family's sordid, bizarre
I do like that
past.
the family tree has someone hanging on it.
It was with great excitement that I began my search.
That just bodes well, doesn't it?
The mansion's history was filled with my colorful predecessors. Everything from convicted and hung witches to committed madmen, each laying their own peculiar mark on its character. I intended to find their secrets.
Okay. Book 1. Grab. Open book 1. Hand it the minute hand of a clock. Let's go get book 2. Clock stuck at 3:33. Yes, we know. 38 revolver ammunition. The same 38 revolver that Alex is using. But it's quite loud. I mean, I can see the fireworks from my window, so I know exactly where they are. Don't mind me, servant, I'm just grabbing myself a sword. In no way I expect this to be useful in the next 5 minutes. Right, go into the master bedroom. Is that the second book? No, this is the revolver ammunition. There's some shotgun shells. There's nothing in there? Nope. Alright. Do. The guest bedroom. Shotgun shells. Second book. Ahaha. I'm not gonna be that bothered about getting the elephant gun this time around. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it in the long run. Anything in here I want to pick up before we go? Nope, we're good. Anything down there? Nope. Time to pick up the Tome of Eternal Darkness. Equip the sword. Don't mind me, servants. Your employer's just running around the house with a sword out. Pay no heed. Pay absolutely no heed to the rich upper class guy running around with a sword in his hand. Yes, I know Maximilian Rovis is going to tell you about the clock, we know. It's a bit late to be telling us that, to be fair. Magic pool spell, yes, we know. That cutscene was basically Maximilian Roivas going, yes, do this with the clock. It's like, I know, we've done it several times throughout this game already. Now is not the time to be telling us what to do with the clock. Running around with a sword in hand has never been a problem in this house. Nope. It's been a huge problem in this house. Yep. The Tome of Eternal Darkness.
Take them and use them. They are humanity's only hope. Destroy the Guardians, Edward, and avenge my waste.
Gun. Who had access to this place? Because someone had modern access to this place who dropped a revolver off in here. Because someone put the book here in Maximilian's time, and someone clearly put some shotgun shells and some guns and bullets here before Edward's time. 44? Nah, it's a 38. It's basically Saturday Night. No, this is an Enfield 38. Alex has a Saturday Night Special. Look at his arms. Do you think those arms can fire a 44? The man falls flat on his back if he fires an elephant gun. He'd break his arms if he tried to fire a 44. He'd fire it once. Yeah, fair enough. You'd be able to fire it once. Oh, a Zelatath vampire. You look remarkably strong for a Zelatath vampire. Yeah. Sorry, we're gonna have to cut your head off. Thank you. I'm gonna cast Magic Pool. And half a key. And reveal invisible. Where are you, buddy? You went up there. I saw you. I saw you. You went upstairs. Curse you. I saw you. Let's not have you attack the servants, Liz. You run away home. You run away back home. Good. Have a chat with you, shall we? This is the key from my pocket. The gun cabinet key. Thank you very much. Fine. I guess we will pick up the. I guess we will pick up the elephant gun. So we just got the gun cabinet key. Might as well. Elephant gun. Buddy, you gotta move. Thank you. Elephant gun ammo. Now. Where have you gone? I'm also going to recast so many fireworks. Right, okay, we've recast that. I have to remember where the other bit of the key is. Okay. I'm just gonna follow you up. Oh, I know exactly where you are. You're gonna go to the gun cabinet room. Now you go to the gun cabinet room. And that guy has the other half of the key. I think. I could be wrong. I don't remember now. Damn it. Bye, buddy. Let's have a chat, shall we? No, you have elephant ammunition. Okay, where's the other half of the key? Anything in here? No. Yep, that's gonna be relevant later on. Down there. No, okay, it's not up here then. Where's the half of the bloody key? Oh! I know where it is. Of course I know where it is. I've got to stop it. I've got to stop the creature a third time. Once I've stopped you a third time, then I'll get access to the key. Come on, buddy. Yellow. Just gonna juke this out with you. There you go. You dropped the other half of the key. Thank you. I remember. At which point we quickly cast enchant item. Oh, no, we gotta mix the key first. Mix both halves of the key. Enchant the key to repair it. Repair that. And we're heading downstairs. Ow. Ow. We need like a massive juking fight now. Okay, maybe we can't do that. Gotcha. Gotcha. Right. Once that's sorted out, grab that, grab that, grab that, grab that. Grab that. Grab that. Grab the most important gun we've got. Another shotgun. That's my version of the most powerful shotgun. That is a spell for Summon Horror, which is literally useful for only one position in the game. Spell only has one use. Double it up, double a shotgun. Exactly. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do make sure that we're double shotgunning. Make sure that we're double elephant gunning as well. How much ammo have you got for the shotgun? 84 rounds for the shotgun. Yeah, we golden. Let's get my. Do I need my shield up now? I don't think I need my shield up now. Alright, let's head down and solve the first of this massive puzzle. I think these chapters just take the longest because there's just so much walking that needs to be done. So much walking. Oh, hi guys. Actually, can we just... Bye. You'll die on the way out, it's fine. Did you just hit your own friend with that? You did. Right. Let's do... Let's equip the shotgun. Let's get a sneaky enchant here. Right, I gotta disenchant this. We gotta break the enchantment. Right. Spell list. Dispel magic. Cast 5 pointer. Chaturga. Gotcha. You just summoned a zombie, annoyingly. But right now, job 1 is basically unloading a Chaturga enhanced shotgun. Yeah, I'll save the game after this fight, I think, definitely. I can't save the game now, but I'll save the game after the fight. I'm surprised you can get up after that, to be honest. Ow. Rude. Wanna reappear, please? That'd be nice. Come on, I've got a shotgun with your name on it. That's one hell of a scream. That's one hell of a death screech. Let's make sure you're down. Is that model in a weird place? That model looks way bigger than it should be. No, it was good. It was good. It was a correct decision. It was a correct decision. I specifically have a channel point reward for being my memory. That's specifically for stuff like that. So don't feel bad. That is exactly what you should do. That was the correct decision. Struggle to win. Free one of them spirit. Right. Now we cast a 9-point Dispel magic. Right. And now we go for the entirety, this whole issue. Which just takes forever. This entire bit just takes so long. That's the biggest problem, I think, is this entire bit just takes forever. There's so many bits to do, and there's so much walking you have to do. Okay. Guys, you fight amongst yourselves for a bit. Fight amongst yourselves. It's okay. I'll be back later, don't worry about it. Like, if you're not here, like, my granddaughter will come, it's fine. It's totally fine. Have no fear, Roivus is here. Next. That would be the Dispel rune, I think. I think it's Dispel area. I'll have to double check, but I think it's Dispel area. Actually, I'm going to check now while I've still got a moment before I forget. Dispel magic is Red Gormore, which is area. Yeah, Red Gormore. That's the area's room then, fair enough. Oh, hi. You're down, good. A revolver out, good. I can't go around there, fine. Where's the lever? Lever's across from me. Pull the lever. Hit the lever. Hit the lever. Spin the wheel. Right. I think it's those guys again, isn't it? Yeah, hi. Yeah, enjoy yourselves. I don't think I ever need to come down this way again, so... Together with the two... horrors outside, they're just gonna have some fun when the Dispel magic goes off. Right. Make sure there's no trappers hidden here. The Paragon room. Oh, it's this one, right? Okay. Which is we flip this and have to deal with we have to deal with the fallout. In which case, I'm going to cast some spells first. Quickly cast some spells first because we're going to get to have to deal with some stuff. Paragon solves all the problems. Yep. Actually, do I even have to? I think I can just leave. Or does that door get closed again? No, I think we can just leave. Bye. I wonder. Nah, I was gonna say, oh, I wonder if those things, if I'm causing problems for Alex like 50 years in the future, but I don't think so. The dispel magic would have probably killed them all. No trapper, no trapper. Trapper, no trap. Bum 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 bum. What's this one? Oh, it's this one, right? Yeah. It's this one. You gotta actually let's get the gun out then, because we're gonna have to shoot things. Or not. Or not. We just drink. We just become alcoholic. You know what? In honor of that, I'm gonna have my own hip flask. Oh. I don't drink anywhere near as much as I should. As much as I should. I don't drink anywhere near as much these days. But in honor of that hip flask drink, I'll have a hip flask drink myself. Right, okay. Let's skip over the Chaturga rune for now. Are we? Nah, screw it. Let's do it in order. I can't be bothered. Chaturga rune it is. The only problem with alcohol is that I don't drink enough alcohol, that's the problem. I saw the trapper. But why is the rum gone? Now the teleporter is red. Whereas before the teleporter was green. Stop casting a spell. Immediate interruption there. Hey, Morthan. I've got a jar of dirt. I've got a jar of dirt. You can't get us inside it. Dirt? Come on. Weak. So very weak. Back here? Glass bottle with the heart of a Dutchman, so Jack Sparrow thought. Oh, I see what you mean. Good quality drinking, hard to come by. They just don't make dirt like they used to. Oh, sorry about that. I was only forgot about the time. Naughty, naughty. Only says hi. Yay! Clap, 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 clap. Right, anything here? Nope, just another Paragon rune. Pistol time. Ooh, my magic pool is gone. Time to recast the spell that breaks the game. Back over here, he's back down here. Out of all the spells, what I want is a spell that speeds up my walking. That's all I need, is a spell that speeds up my walking. That's all I want. Argon. No trapper, no trapper. Ew. Oh, it's one of you, is it? Okay. Honestly, if I can just avoid you, I'm just gonna avoid you. Unless you've specifically done a blocking. Have you specifically done a blocking? No, you attacked the zombie. Well done. Hi, buddy. Bye, buddy. Soon you learn you don't actually have to fight anything. Well, the shields are just there to stop the sanity hits, really. I mean, Edward's about to drop a magical nuke on this place, so fighting individual enemies seems a little bit pointless. If you have the 20 kill streak, why bother attacking anymore? Just deploy the kill streak, right? Ooh, trapper. No, that's the incorrect rune. I need dispel. Not protect area. That would be the wrong. Actually, I have no idea. What happens if you actually use the wrong rune? What actually happens if you input the wrong rune? I don't actually know. Ah, you got a sheep. Okay, I actually have to deal with you, don't I? Damn it. I've actually got to deal with you on my... I've actually got to deal with you. My god. Dispel magic, 5-point dispel magic to Turga. Go. Oh, did you just... Yeah, you just killed the trapper. Thanks, appreciate that. Your magical attack just attacked the trapper. See you, Shaitan. Rest well. Right, one more Paragon to go. One more Paragon to go. And then Edward's done, then Michael and Alex. Do you have to go through the entire rigmarole of coming back? I can't remember now. I know that Alex does. Do you have to do the whole thing? Or is this the end of it? Pargon, Red Gormor, Pargon. Pargon. Chaturga. Pargon. Pargon. Nethlek. Pargon. Run. Run! You play this game too much. Nope, I gotta run away. Okay, we're fleeing. We've, okay, where's the damn lever? Where's the trapper, first of all? Okay. Ow. Wow, okay, you stop walking into it? Thanks, appreciate that. Your shield there was real useful. Wow, a sarcasm detector. It's a real useful invention. There's the one over there, don't care about you. There should still be two horrors outside. I haven't dealt with them yet. None of it really matters. Hey guys, you're still here? Cool, that's nice. Bye. Just emptying the revolver, you know, safety. There we go. End of Edward. I think I've played this game through 3 times now. I think it's unavoidable to know what the runes are at this point. At least the ones that get used a lot. Like, I don't think I know... No, I think Protect is Bankarok. Damn it, I think I actually know. I think I actually know what it is. I was wondering if I actually knew what the rune was, but I think I do. There you go, this is the Zelatath Guardian about to kill Edward. The event that starts the game, technically. Ooh, from the roof. I mean the ceiling. And that's how Edward dies. Ooh, more Zelatath.
Do you bring news of disaster, Augustus?
And if not, we wonder why not, since disaster has struck.
Yes. Your colony of guardians in the ruins of Engar has been eradicated. A great magic wrought massive destruction there. Not a single guardian escaped.
Your concern is touching, but out of place.
There are other guardian colonies. The loss of one is meaningless.
That is the only disaster you report.
Yes, my magnificence. There are no others.
And what of your treachery to us?
Treachery?
All in good time. It matters not that you bear us ill will, Augustus. It will come to no end. You lack the power to destroy me.
Or even elevate yourself to our level. The future has unfolded before me through a vision.
One of my many visions.
A vision of my conquering the absent horror. Ulyaoth, master of the plains. The magic of the plains is no match for the power of the mind. And thus, it will be destroyed.
Then the gate shall be opened, and you shall once again grace the earth with your presence.
I love the fact that, again, Xal'atath knows everything that's happening. Xal'atath, like, is well aware of everything. It's one of the really cool things I like about Xal'atath is that Xal'atath knows. Like, Pius, like, Pius calls up Xal'atath. Xal'atath's like, I know what you're going to tell me. We've had a disaster. It doesn't matter. I know that you want to kill us. I know that you hate us. Doesn't matter. I know that we killed Uliauth in another existence. That doesn't matter. Like, Xal'atath kind of sees it all coming. And kind of knows it's inevitable. Xal'atath, I think, is by far the best of the Ancients. Like, best written, best everything. Must be hard being a skeleton zombie serving an eldritch being for several hundred years. For about 2,000 years, give or take. Yeah, the pickaxe wasn't there before. We did check. Right, time for Michael Edwards. And in the best vein of Michael Edwards, we do not pick up the rifle. Or use it. 2,000 years of no coffee, yeah. That's why he looks that way. You think that's no, that's the lack of coffee. And now we see why Maximilian Rivas was sent to the insane asylum. Because he snapped. Maximilian Rivas totally snapped. Was convinced he was surrounded by bone thieves. Probably was. Not those, obviously, because they would have appeared if they were, but was in fact surrounded by bone thieves. That was proven when you're playing as him. But yeah, so now we cast Spell List, we cast Dispel Magic, Uliauth colors, because it's a Chaturga barrier. And we get the things. We get a stethoscope and a piece of paper. Another bit of the journal of Maximilian Rivas. Basically where he goes, yes, I killed them all. Oh, yeah, hi. Okay, we're no longer... They are actively here now. Okay. Let's have some fights then. Right, get the revolver out, because I heard a trapper. So I'm cast shield, because we can. And now I want to check if I was correct. Bankarok, it is, damn it, I was right. Bankarok, Tyr, the summon, Nethlek. That's project, what's project? Don't know what project is. Narokath, and Torbok. Aratak, Red Gormor. What's Self? Mergormor and Santek and Pargon. I didn't know all the runes, but I know Depressing Larver. Basement. Look, Mantorok zombies, stop doing this. I'm working for your dad. Right. Stethoscope time. There we go. Very quiet with my eyes closed for all that as well. Collect the items. Essence of Tuturga, the crankshaft, letter from Edward, and ashes to ashes.
A storm approaches, Augustus. A storm of metal and fire. And a torrent of souls along with it. Young and vibrant. Yes, I have seen it coming. A worthy sacrifice, I am sure. And one that will allow the greater guardian that resides below to finish its channeling. With this sacrifice of souls I make unto thee, Great One, the gate shall be ready to be opened, and your freedom
Tier
shall be at hand.
summon area. You cast yeah, that's magic pool. Right, we got the key, we got the chapter page. Michael time.
Wherever disaster and death lurk, there is likely to be an ancient just beyond our senses, waiting. They prey on our misfortune and exploit it toward their own twisted ends. When hundreds of oil fields are set ablaze on the heels of war, the ancient's grip tightens, knowing that lives will be forfeit and resources squandered. But a few people make a difference. People like Michael Edwards, a Canadian industrial firefighter hired to put an end to the insanity at the end of the war. Ironically for him, the insanity was just beginning.
Oh, zing. I do like how the game spans like such a large amount of time.
It's hotter than hell here. I'm getting a little nervous about.
Did you think like Eldritch Horror? You think like it's okay, it's all happening like in Victorian area and older. It's like nope, 1991. The game takes place in like 2002 or something.
The silicone cloth and the water spray are there, so you're probably right. We've got 500 pounds of 80% nitroglycerin grade dynamite all in place.
The voice.
We're good to go.
Edward, you can pull your team back now. Get your team to a safe.
That's the voice of Decoy Octopus, isn't it?
Coming back now.
Oh, the DARPA chief and
It's gonna tear itself apart. Hurry! Get your
it's the guy in the game. It's the bomb chief in the second game, isn't it? Metal Gear Solid 2. Damn it. Voice list. No, it's the voice of Grey Fox. Of course it is. It's the voice of Grey Fox. It's what's his face? Damn it! I forgot the voice of Grey Fox. It's the voice of Grey Fox. Greg Eagles. That's Greg Eagles. Who's also the voice of Peter Stillman, right?
They're all dead.
Yeah, Greg Eagles is the voice of Peter Stillman and Grey Fox.
Gone.
Huh, interesting.
Looks like they've been buried alive.
Wonder is a good way to play Metal Gear Solid games on PC. I know you can play like Metal Gear Solid 5 easily for PC, but 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Many have perished.
So I wouldn't mind playing it. I wouldn't mind playing that on PC.
Take it to the ruins of Engar.
I think there's definitely a very old PC version of Metal Gear Solid 1. I'm not sure if there's anything else on PC.
You want me to take this to some ruins under a house in Rhode Island?
Take it. Save us. Oh.
good. Sensing the danger, Mike protects his hands from the insidious magic. Picks up. Yes, good. Essence of the Oath. Sapphire, both the effigies. Right. Let's make sure we pay. I think we have to pick up everything. Yeah, collect the weapons, but we never use the assault rifle. Right. Okay, let's move around, move around, move around, move around, move around, get behind him, get behind him, get behind him. Gotcha. Good. Now that I remember how to deal with those things, it'll be way better. The gun, yeah, it shoots crash bullets. You don't like it, it shoots crash bullets. The pistol, however, we can deal with. Excuse me while I pick this up. Zombie or trapper? Trapper. Zombie. Actually, what is that? Is that it's a Glock 17? I can't really tell Glocks apart. I like them, but I can't really tell them apart. And we go up here. So I think up here you pick up the staff. Oh, this is so much better than the last time we did this chapter. The last time we did this chapter, this does not go anywhere near this well. I am, however, going to save. Because I can. Any more trappers, or are we good? Be good. Okay, up here. Okay, over that and you. Open the other one. Very Indiana Jones. And we do that. That opens the one in the back. And that's where we get. Now is where we can see. I think this is the first time, yeah. Pius Augustus. The statue that Pius Augustus himself broke in the prologue chapter. Elia, the Cambodian girl who got to the heart of Mantorok. Anthony, the French guy who did absolutely nothing. Kareem, the Arabian prince who safeguarded the Veil of Ulyaoth. Luther, who discovered the existence of the things underneath the temple in the church cathedral in France. Yankee, who again took the Veil of Ulyaoth from Kareem, basically is going to give it and gave it to Michael. Rivas, who discovered the ruins of Enga underneath the mansion. and Edward Roivas, who basically put everything together and pretty much did all the work for Alex. All Alex needs to do is read the book. Never before someone's face like, yeah, this is a creepy, creepy place. Like, I think if this game was ever redone, this room needs to be terrifying. Like, more terrifying than this. This is creepy, but it needs to be absolutely terrifying. Like, yeah, we can't cast a magical tool that big. Like, Mantorok is on your side, but that does not mean Mantorok is a good god. That's the biggest thing. Like, Mantorok is on your side. That does not mean Mantorok is a good god. I'm pretty sure that, as far as Mantorok is concerned, saving reality is just a side effect. Well, Mantorok's doing his job, right? Mantorok's job is to be the keeper of balance. All Mantorok's doing is basically their job. Damn it, no. Come on, give me purple, give me purple. I don't care about anything else. Oh, I could do blue, but who gives a crap? Your mana pool is so small, it makes literally no difference. Bye. Now. Are you still alive? Genuinely impressed that you're still alive. Okay. The low sanity keeps reversing my controls. It's really not fun. The camera isn't helping. Good. Yeah. It's also a nice touch because... Wrong spell. Because... Like, Michael Edwards is brought up in, like, a modern society that's relatively, like, secular and so forth. Sanity meter, very small. Very small. Very practical person, very realist, very much based in reality, so... Sanity meter, very small. He is not willing to accept things existing outside his existence. So very vulnerable to sanity. Had to check up on the SRB ratings to correct myself. That room alone, yeah. What is the SRB rating of this game? I forget. Like, can you cast the spell? Magic, 5-pointer. It'd be very fun to see what dudes. Yeah, it would, I think. Like I said, I wanted to see it done like in a Resident Evil 7 kind of way. Like in the first person would be very interesting. This game reminds me of a better Alone in the Dark. I never played Alone in the Dark. Alone in the Dark is one of those games. That's a lie. I think I owned which one did I have? I tried to play. It was the remake, right? It wasn't the old Alone in the Dark. It's just called Alone in the Dark, but it's the more modern Alone in the Dark. It's not the original way back in the day. It was like a modern version of it. But I remember just really not enjoying it. I remember really not enjoying that game. Just like, not plot-wise. It's more that just, it was really difficult to, the controls were really bad. It had the old tank style controls, which I really don't enjoy. Like, it had like a similar, I seem to remember having a similar like vision style to this, a similar like visual style. Like, no, not vision, not visual style, similar camera angle to this. But it just did not handle it anywhere near as well. The Turga zombie, like... That Turga zombie lasted longer than a Zaltad horror. Okay, down we go. Oh, hi. Oh, an Ulioth version of you. Hello. Yeah. Works out okay for us in the long run. I'm also gonna pop the another magic pool. No, I wanted to reload, I didn't want to leave the door. M for madness. Rated S for shotgun. Game ratings turn out not to be anything about, like, age ratings, it's just how good the game is. This game is rated S for awesome. Julio zombies are just weak. What do we want here? We want to go for a summon trapper. Oh, you're not dead yet. Huh. Can I actually... I can actually... Huh, interesting. I can actually trap them. Oh, you got up again. How do you get up again? Let's make sure you stay down this time. M for McDonald's. This game is rated PG for Papa John's. This game is rated U for Uniqlo. We're gonna go into that door first before we go downstairs. Yeah, we do need to go here first. Excuse me, thank you. Right. So we gotta put the things that they beat. So you take this, you take that. Female scholar, so you take the blue sapphire's effigy. You take the ruby effigy. Which means we get the awesome Sword of Awesome for Alex later on. Right, let's get the awesome Sword of Awesome. Good time for Magic Pool as well, but actually Magic Pool is going to be helpful because there's going to be a point in the not so distant future where you have to cast 2 shields back to back. So the magic regen will be helpful. Cool. Intensive Gladius, which does a hell of a lot of damage. Right, and down here now. Oh, hello. That's here. Over here. Nope. Keep going. Spell of Binding. You cast the Bind spell. Because of course you do. Cast. Spell list. Bind. It's what? It's Mantorok air attack. Protect creature. Mantorok. Air attack. Bargain. We bind one of them. Wow, that was quick. Holy mother of moly, that was a fast one. Alright, buddy. Good win. Cool. See ya, buddy. Have a nice time. Oh, wrong place. This one. Yeah, is the world in darkness yet? No, we're trying to stop that. We're trying to stop that. We cast spell list, reveal invisible, 7-pointer, Chaturga. Right, now we need to cast our spells, our shield spell. We have ourselves our C4. Yeah, we're working on it. Mix the detonator with the plastic explosive. I wonder if there's an equivalent to fast food restaurants. McDonald's, Pizza Hut, McDonald's, Taco Hut, Domino's. Possibly? Those things are so weak. Right, now we enchant a Chaturga bomb. Cool. Oh, sorry, 7-pointer. My bad. I was like, hang on, why didn't that work? Cast a. I actually have new spell, Chaturga. Project item. Spell list, enchant item, cast 7-pointer, Chaturga on the keyboard. Now suddenly everyone's hungry. I had pizza today, so I've still got leftover pizza. Get out of here. Oh, of course my magical pool is run out. How much magic have we ever got? A little bit more magical power, just a little bit more. Come on. I should be fine to walk over it, but I don't want to take any chances. It hurts. Mind wants junk food, willpower says no and still wins. Nice. That's a pretty good video. Yeah. Bye, buddy. Bye, buddy. Hey, guys. Bye, guys. You got everything we need, right? You have the enchanted gladius, that's all we care about. Having the enchanted gladius is because it's all we need to know. Oof. Got some leftover Thai salad in the fridge. Nice.
Many centuries I've waited for you.
I've not had Thai in quite some time, actually. I do need to go back and have a Penang at some point.
Disappoint me.
I'm a huge Penang fiend.
I've waited such a long time, Alex.
Never! I know what you are. I've seen what happened.
You can try to fight me, but in the end you shall succumb to my desires. My foolish child, you don't even know your own destiny.
Get away from me!
Ouch.
This can't be happening.
Hi. I've got no sanity. I've got no sanity. But that makes sense. That side maybe. And we're out. And the Forbidden City is blown up. Need a better Gladius. Yeah. Unfortunately, Michael is not allowed to use that Gladius.
Thanks for coming. I didn't think you'd show.
Look, I have no idea who you...
I think you do. Just as much as I know you know. Now let's be quick. The Guardians know where I am, and I won't last the night. But that's not the point.
What's this?
Something you need. Don't open it here. Only in privacy. They can sense it if it's not shrouded.
Is it one of the artifacts?
You must leave now. Look, there's something I have to do before they get to me. I can't protect you if they find us. Good luck.
Did I gulp enough today? I have been drinking. It's been very dry recently, so I've been drinking quite a bit. The weather's cooling down, and then the air is drying out a lot. Which is weird, because it rains, but then the air dries out quite a lot afterwards as well. I think it's because there's a temperature imbalance, right? The outside it's cold outside, which means the cold air outside is damp. But the air is warm inside. The humidity is the same across... Yeah. Low sanity. Because warm air can hold more moisture than cold air. Yeah, because warm air holds more moisture than cold air. There's the same amount of water in the outside air and the inside air, but because the inside air is warmer than the outside air, the relative humidity of the inside air is far lower, which makes it dry. Yeah. What was the thing he needed to do? I think he basically sacrificed himself to keep everything away, to keep the Guardians away from Edward. I think that's what he did. Not entirely sure. Do my nips also fake? No, I don't let it get that bad. I got chapstick and I have ways of humidifying the air. I employ the use of humidifiers quite a bit. Yeah, rough sacrifice. Like Michael Edwards, like every character apart from Anthony, is awesome. I I take the piss out of Anthony so badly. Anthony has a really, really crap existence in this game. He does nothing. He's just unfair at this point. But every character is pretty damn good. I mean, Ellie is awesome. Kareem is really cool. Edward is nice. Like, Michael is fantastic. Michael is such a good character. Like, out of nowhere, like, Michael's just like, he's just there and just like has to do something, and unlike everyone else, is just like, I'm just trying to do my job here, and hasn't got like the years of experience and stuff like that. It's just it's a random guy just has to help. Can I have my sword, please? Thank you. Give me my sword of awesome. Essence of Ulioth. The Enchanted Gladius. That never leaves my hand anymore. Now what do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have all of them. We have all of them. Oh, see ya. Let's go end this in the 3rd existence. We're here in the 3rd playthrough, the 3rd ancient, last chapter. I don't think I've actually done this before. As in, like, I've never actually finished the game with all 3 characters before. I know that's what you have to do, and I think I've seen videos of it, but I don't remember ever doing it. Now I don't know. Now I'm confused. Yeah, Michael's great. Very much an ordinary chap, but put in an immense incomprehensible way. Absolutely. Yeah, this is the reason. The whole reason I'm doing this is you need this for the true ending. Spell list, dispel magic, because now I know I can do it from here. Dispel area. Dispel. But yeah, you get this to get the true ending. You have to finish all of them. Mantorok is awesome. Mantorok is husbando material. Absolutely. Mantorok is Bay. We all stand Mantorok here. My magic pool just ran out. Damn. Oh well. Like, we wouldn't be able to do anything we were doing right now if it wasn't for Mantorok. Mantorok solves all our problems. Right. Spell this, no. Mix that with that. Enchant that to repair it. That there. Right. Ulioth. Chaturga. And our boy, Mantorok. Now time to do what Granddaddy said and summon an ancient. Argon, shield real quick. I wonder how much we can actually bypass this time around. What was my key? Hang on. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. My controller just died, hang on. My controller just died. Hang on. Eek. 1 second. I don't like my controller just dying, that's unfortunate and bad. Because I didn't save. God damn it. Okay. How are we doing? Yeah, I know. Cool. Be back in? Be good? Be golden? Not yet, not yet, not yet. We're not golden yet. We're not golden yet. Controller's active. Dolphin needs to understand the controller needs to be seen again. Yeah, there we go. Okay. In which case, first things first, people. First things absolute first. Whew. Nah, it's dodgy USB connection. We could use a little more time together with Mantorok. We could really bond in the wolfy moments after we gaze into the eyes of his incredible mind-bezzing visage before completely turning crazy from the overwhelming experience that's too great for human minds. We can just... Oh yeah, all the levers have been pressed. All we have to do is leave. We can... Oh yeah. Spell list. Reveal invisible. Oh. Probably 3 is not enough. No. Miscast. I just saved. Don't do this to me. I just... Please tell me I just saved. Don't mess with my head that way. Yeah, we just saved. Come on. I have problems with that already. Right, okay. We're running through as many as possible because... Honestly, I think I timed this rather well. Even if I do say so myself. I mean, the different types of mind bred. Some of them considered unnatural. Air attack. Mind break. Is mind bread food for thought? Mind bread. Let's reload. I don't think I actually need to... Yeah, let's just recast Magic Pool and make our move. New type of pick-me-up, mind bread, made your mind fluffy today. I have some mind brioche and some mind sourdough. Mind brioche. It's all about the mind brioche. Right. Paragon? Yeah, Paragon. Okay. This is the one we have to do this. It's a bit of a pain, but we have to do this. Okay, so go over here. We'll start over here. Start casting spells. The only time in the game where you technically have to cast Summon Horror. Right. Ulioth Trapper. Chaturga Zombie. Mind bread and 3 distinct flavors: poppy and pumpkin seeds, eldritch abomination, and cinnamon. Beware not to heed the poppy and pumpkin seeds before you have to take a drug test. Let's move into position. Be way faster if you move to better position for this. Yeah, I didn't think so. I was like, I don't have enough magic for this. The loop. Horror has been summoned for the very first time, and it literally makes no difference. The horror will never attack anything. All the horror needs to do is walk over there. If I ever were to summon a horror, it would not be a Solitaire horror. Far too weak. Far too weak. Right, good. Right, 4th rune. Argon again. Ah! Did you die? Yes, I managed to outrun the trapper. Nice. Nice. Did not even know that was possible. Literally, game came out 20 years ago. I've played it several times since then. Literally learned something new today. I did not know it was possible to run away from a trapper. They said it couldn't be done. We said think outside the box. Now for sale, Mind Bread, breaking all conventions, expertly minded for artists and creatives alike. Let's not run too far because it's a bit of a hassle. This is probably the worst room, just because it's a pain to get anything done here. Right, we're out. Magical pool. And go on, let's do Chaturga last. Let's do Chaturga last. It's hard to come up for catchy slogans from Mind Bread TM. Mind Bread for when you don't mind bread. That's a lot of them. Oh, they're invisible as well. Yes, I remember this one. Invisible trappers. Reveal invisible, cast 7-pointer. You goof, you did it! Now I'm of its iron fame! So the multiplayer the Brady French. Hit the damn thing. Oh my god, hit the damn thing. Whoa! Back here. Run! Run for it! Whew. Just in time. I don't think the slogan I came up with is a particularly good slogan to market something, to be honest. Do you mind this thing? Then have it. I don't think it's a particularly... It's a catchy thing, but I don't think it's not gonna drive the sales numbers up, is what I'm saying. Oh, this one, yes. Again, this one feels like it's way more complicated than it should be. But it feels like it should be way more complicated than it is. So all I gotta do is go over here, spell lists, magical attack, tier 7, hell, have a Mantorok one, why not? One, 2, 3. Simultaneous break and it's over. Honestly, now that I don't have to fight them all, this isn't actually taking anywhere near as fast. I want to kill anything I need to kill. Oh, magic pool time. Right, what's left? Nope, wrong button. The summon rune? Trapper? No trapper. Summon rune. Tier. Do I have to do work here? Nope. I think all I have to do is leave, which means I can leave via the other door. I leave over here, I think, right? Oh, okay. There's a little bit of work that he's doing. The long walk. It occurred to me, like in that one time I died as Alex here, but I could have, because I tried to walk all the way back to the start, I could have just walked in the door, or the doors. The doors are closed, but there's a place in front of them you can just stand. I could have just gone there. Trapper? No trap. Okay. Almost done. Yeah, this is a pain. This one's a pain. Got a double cast bind, basically. Spell list. Bind 7 point. I'll just cast them back to back and see what happens. Yep, that was quick. They are so weak. They just die so fast. Who's gonna win? Nope. Not main. Doesn't matter. Bye. And... well, really? There's a trapper somewhere? Why is there a trapper somewhere? Up there, I think. How odd. What an unnecessary trapper. Really? Right. Get that magical pool up and running. I think I actually do need the magical pool for this. Then I think I need the... I'll give it a shot. Once with the magical pool, but I'll give it a shot. Go. Run, Alex, run. I think you're gonna run out. Zap. Zap. Ouch. Yeah. That works out for us. Which point? That. Because we have to walk back here again before we need to do anything. Chaturga. We are summoning a Chaturga. Paragon. Air attack. Paragon. Paragon. Chaturga. Paragon. Paragon. Tier. Paragon. Yogg-Saroth, Cthulhu, Hydra, Hydra, Cthulhu, Yogg-Saroth. What's the Eldritch Horror that's a little squirrel? I forget the name. What's the Eldritch Horror that's like a squirrel? A squirrel. Yeah, it's from some fiction or something, but I'm not sure. I can't remember where it's from. Like it's an Eldritch Horror that just has it's the shape of a squirrel. I cannot remember where it's from. Right. Be safe because we're about to do a boss fight, I think. And there's no point buffing up because the second we get in there, Pius debuffs us anyway. No clue. Yes, I'll save my progress. God damn.
Miss Roivas, you're just in time. The summoning spell I began 2,000 years ago is
Squirrel God is new to me.
You will now have the honor of becoming the first morsel for my lady Zelatoth. An appetizer for the banquet your race shall provide.
You forget what it means to be human, Pius. The human race will never go quietly into the darkness. For as long as you have spent summoning your lord, people have struggled against you. Now, thanks to their efforts, I have 3 of the Ancient's essences. Now, Pius, this is the end!
The end indeed.
Boss fight time. Honk for Uta. Hey, Zelatath. Hey, Barrick. Zelatath, you lovely lady, you. Both of you. Oh, Zelatath. You naughty, naughty girl. Now we summon the lobster. We summon Chaturga. I choose you. Hashtag Team Lobster. By your powers combined, I am Lord Chaturga. Boyle's reading it. Yes, I would assume so, yes. Right, you have Enchanted Gladius? Hello. Always outboiled, never outcrabbed. How my sanity? I'm taking a lot of sanity damage here. Elia, thou hast been summoned. Hey, Elia. Damn it. Right. Get back up here. Hit you. Hit you. That causes that to spawn. Hit you. Hi, Anthony. No, Elia's awesome. Like Elia, another really awesome character. A really amazing character. Like out of nowhere, like Cambodian teenage girl basically is the first person to meet like Mantorok, and basically gets entrusted with Mantorok's heart. Okay, here we go. Here comes the boss fight. I love how this plays out. It's like I'm gonna attack your mind, and Chaturga's like, no, I'm just too stupid for that. Your mind powers don't work on me. I'm not a clever person. I am not a bright lobster. Your mind powers do not work on me. Cambodian Eldraine. Ouch, that hurts, damn it. Get my healing up, please. Thank you. Ow. Thank you. Ouch. Stop hitting me. Right. Hey, Maximilian, what up? Damn it, Maximilian! I'm just gonna have to cast. Oh, god damn it. Get out of my way, I need to tag this thing. Thank you. Is it up there? There it is. Thank you, Bianchi. Bianchi gets the kill on the artifact. Zoltar's like, I want to use my mind powers on you. I fool you with multiple images. No. Striker's like, nope. Mega Beam! I can just hit you now, right? Ouch. Unfortunately, you haven't really got the God of Strength on your side, Pius. I'm sorry. It's not really working out for you there, buddy. You haven't got the God of Strength here. You got the God of Mind Powers, and I've got an enchanted sword. I'm just wailing on you right now. I kind of feel bad for you. Yeah. Screw you, buddy. He's hitting Pius buttons with the elderly. Dismemberment. Fatality. Like Chaturga, it's like Zelda's all about trickery, and just trickery just doesn't work on Chaturga. Chaturga's too stupid to fool.
The darkness is not so easily destroyed. No, my death is just the beginning.
Your death is the end. I was already dead, fool. Yep, Chaturga. We've summoned Chaturga. That's a bad thing.
What have I done?
You summoned Chaturga.
Quickly, Alex! We must find this creature! It cannot be allowed to remain in this universe!
Protect creatures bind.
Ah, that's the ticket. It is finally over, my dear. The Ancients' plans are finished. For now, at least.
Ghost heads are rendered by Ubisoft.
You proved to be an incredibly courageous young woman.
It's literally -1.
Your
As
mother
tier.
and father would have been proud of you, just as I am. I'm sorry it had to be like this. It's not quite the inheritance I had in mind for you, but there was so little time, and so much to do. Goodbye, Alex. I will miss you.
Where emptiness had been, new knowledge now seeped inside. Something happened then. I realized that I was not the only one, that there were many others like me, in other places, other universes, fighting the same fight, all to serve the needs of the great ancient, and to have my world spared from eternal darkness.
And so it comes to pass.
There you go.
Of the three ancients, there is nothing. The mighty Chaturga has obliterated the insanity of Xenotarth. The madness of Xenotarth has overcome the power of Uliauth. The boundless Uliauth has decimated the power of Chaturga. All at once, separate and simultaneous. For the universe is made of many time streams, many possibilities, all in harmonious synchronicity. Only Mantorok remains, slowly dying. Mantorok, keeper, overseer, warden of ancients, chaos, an entity trapped between the veils of reality and the enchanted stakes that impale its flesh. unable to rally its guardians. It could rely only on its subtle manipulations of the Roivas family to destroy its enemies. Knowing the nature of the ancients, it used its pawns to play them against each other, resulting in their mutual annihilation. Now it will languish forever, festering in its tomb, plotting.
Yeah. We'll save and continue. But it's very much the case. Like, Mantorok has control over time and stuff. So basically, Mantorok got the 3 timelines where you killed each of the ancients and basically just stuck them together and made the timeline where there are none left. And Mantorok is the only ancient, and Mantorok is dying. You could quite easily have had a second game where the enemy is now Mantorok, because Mantorok is now the only ancient. And Mantorok's job is to keep balance, is to balance the ancients out. Mantorok doesn't have a job anymore. Mantorok is dying because Pius killed him. Pius bound Mantorok very early on. I think it was either during Elia's quest or during Edwin Lindsay's quest. Mantorok basically Pius casts a spell that basically binds Mantorok, and basically several massive stone pillars just crash into him and pierce his basically stick him to the area he's in. So yeah, Mantorok is the corpse god. Mantorok is slowly dying. Mantorok has been dying the whole game, and which is why all Mantorok can do is subtly influence the Roivas family, the player, basically. But again, at the very end, they say Mantorok's out of a job. Mantorok's job was to balance the other 3 ancients. The other 3 ancients are gone now, so Mantorok is just free to do what Mantorok wants, whilst remaining there dying. So why wouldn't Mantorok plot trying to find a way to escape, try to find a way to run away, to make itself free, to gain more power? There's so much ground for an additional game there. It's okay, Xelatath. Hell, trying to get things second game, you actually have to work to bringing back Xelatath, Ilyoth, and Chaturga, because they need to exist to have. They need to exist so that Mantorok has something to do. Yeah, Mantorok's also feeding on people. They're all feeding on people. Yeah, David Hayter, Jennifer Hale, Paul Eiding. The cast list for this game is amazing. Bill Hootens, Kim My Guest. Both Kim My Guest and Jennifer Hale voice Xelatath, the 2 different voices. It's really good. Such a good cast list. This game is an underappreciated gem, I think, because it only came out for the GameCube. It was only out for a short amount of time. Not many people know about it, and I think it's a fantastic game. I think it's genuinely a really good game that sort of deserves a revisit. The universe deserves a revisit as well. But yeah, I very much enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed playing the whole thing as well. It was long because we played through the whole game 3 times, right? The replayability isn't massive. Not enough changes from run to run that it's an entirely different game. But the plot slightly changes because it matters who the big bad is, and the payoff at the end is there. So I know it's been a long run. It's been 10 streams at this point of just one game over and over again, played 3 times. But I very much enjoyed it. It's the game I very much enjoy anyway, so I'm glad that you were here to enjoy it with me. Because again, not many people played to see the whole ending of that. So sad that it's released for so narrow. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's a game that's really, really good and hasn't really been seen since. One of the games that used to be like this, that thankfully isn't anymore, but Valkyria Chronicles was like that. Valkyria Chronicles was a game that had a very narrow release window and not many people knew about it. Thankfully, it was taken up again and now it's out on PC and stuff like that. So it's had its return. But I think Valkyria Chronicles is very much the same thing of like, at the time, not many people knew about it. It was a very not well-known game that is just a really good game. It had an anime as well. Yeah, all that came later. All that came way later. The story of I really like the story of Valkyria Chronicles. I played a bit of 2, which I didn't enjoy as much because 2 was they did it as 2 was done as a kind of a high school thing. You were all kids in a kind of military school, and I didn't enjoy that dynamic too much. And there was also 2 and 3 were PSP only, which was a pain. 2 and 3, Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3 are PSP only and Japan only. So to play Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3, you needed to have basically a working knowledge of Japanese or a homebrew PSP and a fan-made translation patch. Guess which one I had? I never got around to playing 3. I heard 3 was a lot better. 3 was basically you are a penal battalion in the same war, which is kind of cool. Is the anime for Valkyria Chronicles Military School really? Not Japanese? Well, I do speak some Japanese, but I did have not enough to play a game. Senjo no Valkyria. Again, Valkyria Chronicles I really enjoy. I've got Valkyria Chronicles 4 as well, which is much the same thing. Valkyria Chronicles 4, again, moves away from high school stuff, and it's just on the front, which I really enjoy. I might actually do that on stream at some point. I have been considering doing Valkyria Chronicles on stream because that's a game I would really enjoy doing on stream. I think it's a game that the chat would also quite appreciate. I've got so many games I want to play. Like there's not enough time in the day. There's generally not enough time in the day. I too enjoyed putting teenagers into battle situations. I think the next thing on the line for like the Monday Friday slot, I might just start doing my I wanted to do all the mainline Metroid games. Because I want to do Metroid Dread on stream, basically. But to do Metroid Dread on stream, I want to do Metroid Zero Mission, followed by AM2R, not the Metroid 2 Return of Samus game. I want to do the AM2R, the fan-made remake of Metroid 2, because it's not a game that gets seen very often. So I'm going to do Metroid Zero Mission, which is the GBA game. Metroid AM2R. I'm not going to do all the Metroids because I'm not going to do the Primes. Not that I don't mind, like I love the Prime games. It's just harder to do because Prime games were like divined with the Wii in mind, and they're hard to emulate. So I'm doing 5. I want to do 5 games. I want to do Metroid Zero Mission, which is basically the remake of Metroid 1 with additional content. I want to do AM2R, which is the fan remake of Metroid 2, which was they were issued the cease and desist order by Nintendo. Metroid 2's Return of Samus with the Nintendo remake is a good game. It's made by the same people who made Metroid Dread. So it's a good game, but I want to do AM2R because AM2R is less well known. Super Metroid, which is the first Metroid game I played, and the game that got me into Metroid. And it's the game kind of like that I much enjoy. So Super Metroid. Then there's Metroid Fusion, which is GBA, which was what many people thought was the end of the Metroid series chronologically until Dread was announced, and there's Metroid Dread now, which is amazing. Yeah, Super Metroid is SNES 1994, absolutely. No. Metroid 1 was the NES in like the late 80s. Metroid 2 was Game Boy, I think early 90s. Then Super Metroid is Metroid 3. Yeah, 86 was Metroid 1. Metroid 1, 86. Metroid 2 was Game Boy maybe late 80s, early 90s. Super Metroid, the Metroid 3 is 1994. Metroid Fusion was Game Boy Advance a bit later on. Can't remember when that was out. Then Metroid Dread 2021 Nintendo Switch, which is an amazing game. So I think I might do that on Monday. I'll start on Monday. I'm going to start on Metroid Zero Mission and just go through all the games. Yeah, no, I've seen the timeline. There's a lot of stuff on the timeline that's there, like the Metroid Prime games I enjoy. Metroid Prime 1 and 2 are in fact are GameCube games, so I could do them at some point. Other M again, like I want to play Other M again because I only ever played Other M once. But playing Other M is annoying because it's a Wii game. Wii games are just annoying to emulate because it's kind of difficult to do the motion sensor of the Wii in anything that's not a Wii. Oh, when they got to Valkyrie Chronicles, they made Valkyrie Profile. See, I had that for a long time as well. I thought that Valkyrie Chronicles and Valkyrie Profile was the same thing, which is why it took me a long time to get Valkyria Chronicles. Yeah, they're not the same thing. Valkyrie Profile is also a good game, but it's not the same thing at all. But yeah, so I think I'm going to on Monday. We'll start Metroid Zero Mission. I think the main series of canonic games, I think, technically are Metroid/Metroid Zero Mission, Metroid 2, Super Metroid, Fusion, and Dread. Other M, and then Metroid Prime kind of exists in a kind of a bit of a middle ground. I think Metroid Prime is... I like Metroid Prime, but Metroid Prime was made entirely in the West, and the Japanese makers of Metroid didn't really like the fact that it was so professional, so good, and so well done. They kind of like, out of spite, for a long time, they kind of denied its existence. But I think recently they allowed it back in again. They say like, no, okay, the Prime games are a good game. They're a good sub-saga of games. Whereas I think Metroid Other M, I have only played once. I have only played it once. I wasn't a huge fan of the plot for Metroid Other M, but I would like to play it again before I make any major decisions. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Again, Nintendo, please make your games playable. Nintendo needs to make its games playable. They really, really, really do. Metroid is horrible for this. It's absolutely atrociously bad for this, for making its games playable. It's just annoying. It's just horribly, horribly annoying. Anyway, folks, I'm going to call it there for now. I'll be back tomorrow. I haven't decided quite with what yet, but I will be back tomorrow. Then Monday we'll do Metroid. And if you weren't here on Wednesday, if you weren't around on Wednesday, there is my new on the 17th of November is my anniversary stream. 17th of November is the anniversary of my YouTube channel, so I'm going to take it as the anniversary of my Twitch channel as well. And it's going to be my reveal of my new model. I've finally got myself a new model. I've been wanting to like release it for ages now, so yeah. I'm looking forward to my debut several years after the fact. But yeah, so I'm going to be there. I'm starting an hour earlier than usual just in case we overrun. But yeah, hope you're there for that. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be back on Monday with the Metroid series. Big changes, big changes. Anyway, folks, I'll catch you all next time. Take care of yourselves, and I'll go find someone to raid. Who's still up? Uber Streamins. Ooh, so someone just gave me a sub to Veroac. Nice. Oni is Streamins. So we'll go raid Oni. Right, folks, take care of yourselves. We'll catch you all next time. Oh, just have a bad day. Oh. Ooh. Justa started like Kingdom Hearts 2 yesterday, didn't she? Dreams of Fight. Hell yeah. I know, Oni gave me like a massive like cyborg body and stuff. I had Dusa on in the background yesterday. I was doing other stuff, I had her on in the background. Anyway, folks, I'll catch you all next time. I need to go rest my voice and sleep and do things, but we'll see you next time. Thank you for enjoying me for all of Eternal Darkness, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.